This video shows dozens of news clips of athletes who reportedly collapsed.
Breaking new details on the deaths of a high school soccer player.
Finland, Denmark star man Christian Eriksen collapsing towards the end of the first half.
And it suggests COVID-19 vaccines were the cause. The caption asks why dozens of amateur and professional athletes are inexplicably collapsing on the field in just the past few months. COVID vaccine is one of the hashtags. Are COVID-19 vaccines really causing these athletes to collapse? We'll answer that in this Truth or Meter Minute. Hey, it's Kayla with PolitiFact. We reviewed the news reports mentioned in the video, and we spoke with a number of sports cardiologists about whether COVID-19 vaccines are causing athletes to collapse. Here's one of them.
To date, I am not aware of a single COVID vaccine-related cardiac complication in the professional sports. Zero.
The video was posted on a website called The Highwire. It's associated with the anti-vaccination group Informed Consent Action Network. It implies that the athletes in the video collapsed from COVID-19 vaccines, but it doesn't offer proof. The video mentions Danish soccer player Christian Eriksen.
Finland, Denmark star man Christian Eriksen.
According to his team director, he wasn't vaccinated for COVID-19 when he collapsed on June 12th, so the vaccine couldn't have been the reason he collapsed. It also includes a clip about 22-year-old Keontae Johnson, a college basketball player who collapsed on December 12th, 2020.
We want to warn you, the video may be difficult to watch.
Florida Gators star Keontae Johnson collapsing during the game.
The first COVID-19 vaccines were given out in the US on December 14th, 2020, 2 days after Johnson's collapse. So in this case too, the vaccine couldn't have been the cause. There's a clip about Dutch speed skater Kjeld Nuis in the video. It's a real article translated from Dutch to English. In July 2021, Nuis did have a heart problem, pericarditis, a week after he received the COVID-19 vaccine. He posted on Instagram later that month saying he was fine and at training camp. He did not say whether his COVID-19 vaccination contributed to his heart problem or whether it was linked to his athletic activity. Nuis had tested positive for COVID-19 in October 2020. A young athlete experiencing cardiac arrest is not common, but it can happen. And there are different reasons an athlete might collapse.
There's things like exercise-associated collapse, which is a benign thing. There's what we call vasovagal responses, which is a classic faint. Dehydration, heat stroke, all these things can cause an athlete to collapse. Cardiac reasons for collapse then typically revolve around, in a young athlete, they had an underlying genetic cardiac condition, most commonly, that they didn't know that they had because it was asymptomatic.
It's really rare to have a heart problem from the COVID-19 disease or vaccine.
The incidence of it is super rare. Way more rare from a vaccine than it is from a native infection from COVID-19.
But in some limited cases, the COVID-19 disease and vaccine have led to heart problems. The virus or the vaccine can inflame the heart muscle, called the myocardium, or the heart muscle sac, called the pericardium. That can lead to chest pressure, breathlessness, and in some cases, long-term damage to the myocardium or pericardium. But again, this is a really rare side effect to experience after getting the COVID-19 vaccine or after being infected with COVID-19. Also, the video's caption asks why dozens of athletes are collapsing in just the past few months. But sports cardiologists aren't seeing a sudden rise in athletes collapsing.
We have no data to suggest that the frequency of sudden cardiac arrest or sudden cardiac death in athletes is higher now than it was in the past.
Time for the ruling. A video shows news clips of athletes collapsing to suggest that COVID-19 vaccines cause heart problems in otherwise healthy athletes. The video makes an assumption and offers no proof. We rate this claim false. Thanks for watching. For more, head to PolitiFact.com or subscribe.